Hey everyone, Brian with WorkshopAddict.com, and today we're going to take a look at Milwaukee's new M18 FUEL Jigsaw, model number 2737-21. The -21 means it comes with a case, a 5.0 amp hour battery, a charger. It has a single bimetal blade. It has some clear blade covers, so when you're using the included dust port attachment, and also a no-mar skid plate on the bottom if you're using this on something that you don't want to scratch up. Now this jigsaw is quite a bit larger than what you would expect when you first pull it out of the box, but after using it, the size doesn't seem to really make it feel like it's any bigger than it should be. Now the specs on this are absolutely amazing. It has 0 to 3500 SPM, and it's all controlled through this variable speed trigger. You have an orbital selector, so it can be on absolutely straight up and down, or you can move it over to 3, which would give you the most orbital action. So you have 4 modes to choose from. There is also a tool-free beveling system that you just push that level over, push this ahead, and there is detents here at 0, 15, 30, and 45. You know, it works great, allows you to get back quickly, and I like the fact that it's tool-free. You have a dust blower selector, so you can turn the dust blower on so it pushes away all the sawdust or metal shavings that's in front of this, or you can turn it off and it will just allow the machine to do anything as normal, or allow you to attach the dust collector and put a vacuum on it. And when we used it with the vacuum, we also put on the clear covers that helps to get the dust out, and it worked pretty well. One thing that stands out to me that is really important is a spring-loaded tool-free blade exchange system. This is awesome, so when the blades are hot, you just pull the lever, it shoots them out, and it's also very easy to put in a new T-shank blade. You have a 1-inch stroke length on this, so you are able to just chew through just about anything you want to, and the torque on this thing is amazing. When we first started out, we thought we want to test a few things. First, how's the dust collection work? So we started with the dust collection on. Of course, we have the blower off, we have the clear covers over top, and we're going through a 2x material, just lumber, testing it out. At this point, we have been using this for quite some time, and the battery is low, which is not a big deal. There is a huge difference between when you get to the end of the battery or when you first start out. So you can see we're cutting a little bit slower, but dust collection works pretty good. And when we move over to the oscillation with the dust collection on, there's a huge difference in speed, but note we're still at the end of this battery, so it will go quite a bit faster than what we have. Next, we just said, let's take the dust collection system off and see what it looks like when we're using that. There is no blower on here. We're just using it standard, going through, and it's doing quite well. And the dust didn't really seem to be that big of an issue. Turn this thing on oscillate again, and man, this just chews through anything. This 2x material is absolutely nothing for it. Then we wanted to say, okay, what happens when we turn the blower on? And once you turn that blower on, the whole front of your cutting area is completely cleaned, and that blower makes a huge difference. If you're cutting a lot slower, if you're going through 2x material like we are, it's not that big of a deal. But that's what's nice about having the switch to turn it on and off. It just gives you options. So here we can just cruise through this stuff, no issue. We got a fresh battery in this thing, and it's just flying. After that, you know, testing this thing has been just amazing. We've gone through metal, we've gone through some oak, we've tested out some blade deflection, and when you look at how this unit is made and how the blade sits in there and how everything works, it's very similar to the Bosch 12-volt jigsaw that we have in the shop. Now, my jigsaw use is very limited as far as what I do with it. I don't do a ton of woodworking, and what I do is more cutting of fiberglass, cutting of metal, putting in speakers, just little odds and ends where I might need it, as far as maybe putting up a wall, doing a little drywall work, doing some door work, removing different sections, and some metal cutting. So what I tried to do here is just give you a little bit of everything that I could, but The reality is the blade deflection on this was not noticeable to me. It was pretty much the same as this Bosch, which we think is one of the better ones on the market. Power compared to the Bosch is unbelievable. This Bosch is great, small, easy to use, but power is definitely something it's lacking, and this Milwaukee picks up everything and gives you all the power that's needed, but in a little bit larger platform. I think it's also good to note that this unit is not super loud like some of the larger units with similar SPMs that I've used, i.e. the DeWalt. This thing is quiet compared to the DeWalt, and it makes that user experience much better. I mean, you're trying to cut things, stay on a line, and you don't need something screaming at you, and this definitely is not. And I do believe it has a lot more power than the DeWalt. I am surprised a little bit at its size. Look at all the new drills and all the new impacts that are coming out from Milwaukee, and they are really nice and small. But at the same point, I really enjoy the comfort and feeling of this unit. It is 10.8 pounds, and I'll tell you, this thing will run forever. We pushed and pushed and pushed this thing prior to really getting it on video, and I can tell you that you can push it to the point where it'll get a cutout. We got 2 of them. One was unexplained, but man, this thing will cut and cut on a single battery more than you're really wanting to use a jigsaw to cut. So if somebody wants to use this on the job site, you know, if they're using a jigsaw all day, I think it's very possible to get through the day, you know, pending what you're cutting, with 1 or 2 batteries, 2 at the max. I really feel for you if you're using a jigsaw 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. But here nor there, guys, this is a cool unit. I fully think that if you're interested in looking at something that's got a ton of power, you don't mind the size, this is great. Milwaukee also makes a barrel grip one that's model number 2737B-20, I believe. A little bit lower, a little bit longer. For my work and what I do, the height usually doesn't get in the way, and if it does, I go to something different or try to get underneath it. So this is the model that I prefer. Check out that different model on Milwaukee's website. Also, make sure you subscribe to our channel. Give us that like and follow us on social media. We appreciate your time, guys. Have a great day.